I will say, I often say that the future isn't as cool as I thought it was going to be. Like when I was a kid, I bet I would have thought almost 2025 was going to be a time of space exploration and like, I don't know, advanced technologies in one area or another.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really happen, did it?
No, we kind of
like what's the most impressive thing? Because I think it's telemedicine and the ability to like teleconference and like get a group of like right here where we've got 4 people trying just being silly. But if we had 4 experts about rocket science, we could make a thing happen here. I think the ability to like get people in these conference calls and telemedicine in particular is cool because just being able to get that taken care of at home without, I don't know. I like that. I think telemedicine and teleconferencing are 2 of the more advanced technologies that are cool. But there's no fucking space travel. There's no hoverboards. There's no flying cars. Not really. Every now and then they'll be like, look at this flying car. It costs $8 million and no one's allowed to fly it anywhere.
Dude, they can't even make delicious snacks yet without filling it with poison or too many calories. And we think we're going to conquer the stars when Oreos are the calories they are right now?
It's defined as poison by the Europeans, not by us. So it's okay.
I don't know. The more I like see that stuff, the more I'm like, oh, I think the Europeans are right on this one. Don't let them find out I said that.
Have you seen that?
I'll keep your secret.
But on the food point, the Europeans are right. Every other point with their fucking nonsense about
are they right? I think
their food. Every American I talk to is like the quality of food over there is so markedly different, and it is a fact that like even companies that like mass like Heinz, companies like that, they sell a different version of their product in like the UK and the European Union because they can't sell what they sell to us because they're like, oh, here in France, we know that it makes you less gay. And so we do not allow that. And like that's like they know it's not good for you. And so they say no.
The GMO thing in particular. Like so here's my thing. The bioengineered plants are better. They're better, they're bigger, they're juicier, sometimes they're tastier, they're more attractive. You don't want fucking tomatoes from 150 years ago on your
I thought they were less nutrient dense.
I'll be okay.
Did I get fake news?
I want the newest berries you have. I want the brand new.
Whatever. That's the best in the middle of an argument. Be like, I'm gonna do a little freestyle in here. No idea what I'm talking about. Doesn't forge an ad.
There is a general idea that if you look at strawberries from like 200 years ago, they're not nearly as cool. Yeah. And there's also a thing that sometimes they modify these things to stand up to pesticides. And now we get fruits with more pesticides. So that aspect of it I don't love. But just the freaking selective breeding and genetic engineering to make fruits bigger and tastier and better, I'm on board with that.
Well, it's not just selective breeding if it's GMO, right? Like they've done some sort of dark magic science in a laboratory somewhere. They like the selective breeding is how we got so many wonderful plants that we have now. There's this, I don't know which painting it is, but there's this old painting. And there's it's fruit on a table, and everybody's like, why does that watermelon look like that? Because it's mostly rind, and there's just a little bit, and it's like there's a star shaped like watermelon, like the fruit of a watermelon is sort of star shaped in there. Like that's what they used to look like. They used to be mostly rind, and there was just a little like edible watermelon in the middle. Everything's like that. Corn used to be this absurd looking thing that definitely you wouldn't be eating an ear of
strawberries
corn.
Too. You know how big a strawberry is. Cut that by 3/4 for 200 years ago.
Yeah, everything's better. I'm okay with the GMO stuff, but I've seen videos and maybe just lists of all the ingredients that aren't allowed in Europe. I think it's one of the colorings that we use, like yellow, red 5 or yellow 6 or whatever the hell. Like one of those is bad for you.
And then there's like Subway can't advertise that their sandwiches come on bread because the sugar bread content is so high. It's not bread.
Yeah,
it's
cake,
pastry or cake. Okay,
it's cake now. And I think that ketchup is technically soda. Because there's so much sugar in ketchup. There's lots of things like that. I don't care. I like the American. That's my vegetable. Products.
See, I don't mind GMO stuff so much as like I don't like that you can't find a lot of real stuff. Like I had 100% grape juice for the first time like a month ago. I mean like not watered down at all. I got it from this Brazilian store. And I'll be honest with you, it's kind of strong and it's so sugary that the sugar forms on the bottom. But it tastes like if you can get over the strength of it, it tastes like so good. And I've been chasing that high, but you can't find it here. You know?
Chasing that dragon.
Yeah.
I drink.
It's the shitty food, you know.
One time I had watermelon juice, and that was really good.
You can buy it at the store. You know, they sell jugs of it.
Actual, honest watermelon juice.
Yeah, it's from that Donald Sutherland. It's from that Donald Sutherland brand. That's Simply, you know. Simply.
Okay.
It's just watermelon juice. Oh, half gallon of it.
I need to see the ingredients.
It's water. I bet it says watermelon juice on the back.
I needed to actually say that. Don't be like water and watermelon concentrate so you can fuck with the recipe. Yeah. No. I want it to be genuine.
No, I don't get too experimental with my juices. I do drink that 100% cranberry juice. That's just so hard to get down, but I think it has iodine in it. I don't know why I eat half the things I eat anymore. But I think it has iodine in it.
Simply watermelon.
Simply watermelon.
What's in it? 10% juice blend.
Oh no, contains pure filtered water, watermelon something, and cane sugar, lemon juice for tartness, cherry juice, and natural flavors, not from concentrate. Well,
that's
shit.
Not Simply then.
Not at all. Nothing simple about that. You made watermelon soda.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's horse shit. All right. Maybe watermelon juice is too expensive to create.
I feel like watermelon juice would be the easiest though, because you try and crush an orange and it's like fucked up, but you don't have to chew watermelon. You just fucking crush it with your tongue if you want.
You know what you do is you drill it, you cut a little hole in the top of the watermelon, you take a power drill and you put a wire coat hanger in there. Just tighten your power drill on there and stick that in there and turn it on, and it liquefies the whole inside. That's how the Egyptians got the brains out.
With their
you hit it with the at-home abortion.
Yep, there you go.
The at-home abortion. Jeez.
You get the fucking Milwaukee out and make some melon juice.
That hit well. It took me a second.
Chinese elementary school and say, "All right, show me that big grid where you all look like a tiger's mouth eating the capitalist West. Show me that real quick." Yeah. And they'd all be abacusing their way to nothing. No, it's bullshit. They've got some all-stars. It's the same way the Soviets used to pay chess players and ballet dancers and stuff like that. They're like, look, our culture's so amazing. You paid these people. This whole program. It's bullshit. It's propaganda.
I think they leaned into chess because they happened to have a lot of the good chess guys. And so they were like, this is going to be our thing. We're going to make it into a huge deal. And then America is like, well, if they say it's a huge deal, it's got to be a big deal. We got to be the best at this. We got to find some fucking weirdo who was the chess guy who was
Bobby Fischer?
funny Bobby Fischer. Yeah. We needed to find our own little
Bobby. I think America
everything.
did a more clever thing. Deep Blue. Right? We invented the computer that beats everybody at chess, and that's the end of the story.
How does that work now? I remember that.
At this point, computers fuck chess players. Your phone is the best chess player to have ever lived.
That's embarrassing.
It knows all the moves.
Are we better than computers at anything now?
Yes, that
track and
they get
field.
Go.
Track and field, yeah.
Isn't the game called Go? Isn't the game called Go?
Yeah, I know the game. I know of the game Go.
Yeah, I know
it's like a Chinese game, right?
Yeah, and apparently it's very cerebral. There's a lot of black and white. Yeah, there's huge grids of maybe black and white marbles or chips. I watched a documentary about it and how I think that maybe the computers can't beat the best players of that.
Is it just a for now thing? They just haven't got around to it. Because even Deep Blue, they knew or Woody, you were an adult at that time, a young adult. Were there any people who were they'll never have a computer that can always beat Gary Kasparov or whatever.
Exactly. And then when Deep Blue started winning, they started giving excuses well, Deep Blue has seen Gary's previous games and Gary has not seen Deep Blue's previous games. He understood Deep Blue's tendencies and such that he would beat it, or so they say. But that is in the past now. Now computers just beat you. Don't ask any questions. You can't win.
I think recently there was some kind of a competition somewhere, or maybe I just read it on Reddit. They were programming a game, and maybe a poker bot or something like that. And the guy's like, I overslept. I just wrote it this morning. It says go all in if in hand, go all in. And it won like the state competition because everyone else's programs just fold at an all in. You know, every other program folds to an all in, so he just sweeps the whole thing.
That's
none
hilarious.
of the other bots play against him.
Damn.
Yeah, I wonder if the reason that we're not winning Go, or I see Zach said Gran Turismo, Pokemon, and Monopoly all can't be beaten by AI.
Yeah, nobody beats me in Monopoly.
But is anyone trying? Is that why we're better at Go? Also, like if we devoted the kind of IBM was at a time one of the very few companies that did a lot of pure research. IBM, Bell Labs, and the list might stop there. Like I don't have any radio. And so IBM was putting these PhD level geniuses on both hardware and software to solve this chess problem, and they did. And chess is a big time game where there's some incentives to get this right. I'm just competitive and recreational. In Go, who's working on that?
Is it possible that like the U.S. government was like helping to fund IBM's computer to beat the Soviets because it's a good look?
That's a guarantee.
I wouldn't. Yes, I would think that's.
And when you're done, we would also like this bot. It will be flying our drones to kill brown people.
Oh yeah, that's like a guarantee. They see a little success there, and they're like, all right, money behind this.